Hello and welcome to Mrityunjay coaching classes. In today's video, we are deep diving into the fascinating world of the coefficient of restitution, exploring its real life applications. Stay tuned till the very end for a comprehensive understanding. First of all, we have understand what is coefficient of restitution. The coefficient of restitution, often denoted by a small e, is a value used in physics to describe the elasticity of a collision between two objects. It measures how much kinetic energy is conserved or lost during the collision. The collision of restitution can have values between 0 and 1, where E equal to 1 represents perfectly elastic collision, where kinetic energy is conserved and objects bounce off each other without losing any energy. When E equal to 0 represents perfectly inelastic collision, where kinetic energy is completely lost and objects stick together after the collision. For values of E between 0 and 1, it represents a partial loss of kinetic energy. The higher the coefficient of restitution, the more elastic the collision, and the more kinetic energy is conserved. Conversely, a lower value of E indicates a more inelastic collision with more energy lost. This concept is commonly used in physics and engineering to analyze and predict the behavior of objects in collision, such as in sports, car crashes, and many more other real-world scenarios. Let's discuss the first application of coefficient of restitution in sports. The coefficient of restitution plays a crucial role in sports, particularly in understanding and optimizing the performance of various equipment and evaluating the dynamics of sports-related collisions. Here are some examples of how coefficient of restitution is used in sports. The first application in golf. The coefficient of restitution is essential in golf for understanding the rebound characteristics of golf balls when they impact the club face. A higher coefficient of restitution in golf balls can result in longer drives because it means more energy is transferred from the club heads to the ball. Second one is the basketball. The coefficient of restitution is used to design basketballs with optimal bounce properties. Basketball manufacturers aim to achieve a specific coefficient of restitution to ensure consistent and predictable ball behavior during dribbling and shooting. Next is tennis. Tennis rackets have a coefficient of restitution that affects the power and control of shots. Players often choose rackets with a coefficient of restitution that suits their playing style. A higher coefficient of restitution can generate more ball speed upon impact. Next is baseball. The coefficient of restitution is a critical factor in designing baseball bats and balls. Bats with higher coefficient of restitution can provide a trampoline effect, increasing the ball's exit velocity when hit by the bat, potentially resulting in home runs. Last but not the least is cricket. The coefficient of restitution is relevant in cricket for understanding the interaction between the ball and the bat. It impacts factors like the distance a cricket ball travels when hit by the bat. In all of these sports, the coefficient of restitution helps engineers, athletes, and equipment manufacturers optimize performance, enhance safety, and adhere to regulations. By fine-tuning the coefficient of restitution of equipment, athletes can gain a competitive edge and sports can become more enjoyable and engaging for both players and spectators. Another real-life example of the coefficient of restitution can be found in automotive safety and design, specifically in the context of vehicle collision and airbag system. Imagine a car crash scenario. Before the collision, the two cars are traveling towards each other on a road. Car A is stationary while car B is moving towards car A. Car B collides with car A and the airbags in both vehicles deploy upon impact. Now let's consider the coefficient of restitution in this scenario. The coefficient of restitution values is crucial in designing the airbag system. The airbag system goal is to reduce the risk of injury to passengers by slowing down their forward motion during a collision. When car B hits car A, the impact generates a certain amount of kinetic energy. The collision of restitution comes into play when determining how much of this energy is absorbed by the airbag system and how much is transferred back to the passengers. If the airbag system is designed to have a specific coefficient of restitution, typically close to 1 for safety reason, It will maximize the time over which the deceleration of the passengers occurs. A high coefficient of restitution value means the airbag is more elastic and can reduce the passenger's velocity more gradually, spreading the deceleration over a longer time, which can reduce the risk of injury. A low coefficient of restitution value would mean a more inelastic collision with a rapid deceleration, potentially increasing the risk of injury to the passengers due to more abrupt stop. So, in this real life scenario, the coefficient of restitution is a critical factor in the designing of airbag system to ensure they effectively reduce the impact forces on passengers during a car collision and enhance overall safety. Thank for being with us. Please share your thoughts with us in the comments, and we look forward to seeing you in next video. Until then, take care and bye bye.